Welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king, Espinal, and joining me through Discord, it is the... Not Discord, sorry. Ugh. Joining me through StreamYards, it is the man, the myth, the legend, the tank top sage. It is Joshua Gangsta Time Code.
It's called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
What's good, Chris? What up, everybody listening? We in the yard.
We are in the yard. Also joining us, it is our producer, Edgelord Big News Brian.
なんというビッグニュース
Brian?
Sorry, my mic is muted. Stop, nerds.
Hey. We are back, baby. After a little bit of a week's hiatus, we are back along with Shonen Jump itself. Very excited to get started with the show. How are you guys doing this week?
Just
Pretty
chilling.
good.
Doing super? We're doing super. Feeling good.
Yes, sir.
Very excited to get into the show today. I have caught up on Akane Banashi in my quest to read all of the currently running Jump series. I have now added a new one to my docket. I'm caught up currently on Ichi the Witch, Blue Box. There's another one, Haruzaki Mound, I think it's called, the baseball manga that just started coming out. And Akane Banashi. I think that's all the ones I'm caught up on. I know there's more. Okay, hold on. I'm caught up on Akane Banashi, Ichi the Witch. Not caught up on Witch Watch yet because it's longer and I'm still reading it. Blue Box. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all the ones that I've read so far. So very excited to catch up to Akane Banashi. The anime just got announced for it. So very, very cool stuff. Congratulations to Akane Banashi. It is very good. There's a random time skip in it that I wasn't expecting. But of course there is. It is still a typical shonen battle manga in the guise of a performance art story, a story about performance art. Fantastic story. People should read it. It's very interesting. I am catching up on Witch Watch. I'm making good progress. I think I maybe only have a few rounds left to go before I'm caught up. They're in a weird arc right now that it's kind of like, it's still mostly gag stuff right now. They just had I read through a serious battle arc, and then it's been mostly like gag chapters, but there's a really fun new character that shows up who is like, he's a stereotypical character who was a main character a while ago, but now is not. He's kind of like Naruto is now, I guess. And there's a lot of chapters in Witch Watch where they poke fun at manga tropes within the story. And I always enjoy those chapters a little bit. There's literally the student council of Witch Watch's school is like literally full of manga stereotypes, like shonen manga stereotypes. So yeah, I appreciate when they do that. It's a very fun thing. So I'm enjoying Witch Watch so far. I started reading Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi as now that I'm caught up on Akane Banashi. I've picked up Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi. Very fun series. I love the art style of it. It's kind of unique to most other series. It's more cartoony in a lot of ways. It's very funny. I think the first chapter is very good and very well executed. It's very good at like hooking you in. And so far I recommend it. Maybe after I catch up to both Witch Watch and Kyoshi, because Kyoshi is still kind of newer, so I should be able to catch up to that pretty soon. I'll do a little tier list of everything I've read so far. Yeah, we'll see where it all ranks. But that's where I'm at in my journey to catch up and be current with every Shonen Jump series currently running in Jump. Josh, how's your One Piece journey going?
Uh, really, really well. Uh, as I told y'all before, I'm at Whole Cake Island. A lot has happened. I'm not going to get into detail of everything I've seen, but where I'm at right now is the plan just failed.
Which
The plan to assassinate Big Mom.
oh yeah, with the cake.
Yo, this is what I want to talk about. So we're not in the territory of, oh, you know, you didn't read the series before, right? Before we could have got away with, maybe I was secretly lying about reading like the before half of One Piece, right?
Were you doing that?
And that this rerun was like my legit. No, of course not. I wouldn't lie about that. Honestly, because that's when I really fell in love with One Piece, when I like read it for the first time from the beginning when I was in college. But yo, this is a moment that I completely forgot, and maybe because we was reading scans or something like that, like the context didn't go straight through. But yo, in Big Mom's flashback, right after she goes crazy and murks the giant chief, they mention Loki. Yo, it's so crazy that like where we're at now, and the fact that like I'm reading about like the context of what happened before with Loki. Yo, it's just good timing, I guess.
Yeah.
But yo, they went over to their island with just the kids, and they threw like a birthday for Linlin, for Big Mom, and they gave her those Selmas, those cream puffs or whatever. Like for her to eat, like basically like stacked up into a birthday cake. They was all sitting around the table, Mother Carmel, and the kids, and she started going ham on the Selmas. And then after that, nobody else was around. I don't know if I ever thought about this like the first time, but I think it's very fucking clear that she ate all of the fucking kids and Mother Carmel. One of the giants witnessed that in his eye, like you know how he draws like the dark eyes. Yeah. So, like, he was like, oh, he ran. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's how she got the soul fruit.
And that's how she got, because she ate Mother Carmel. I mean, fuck her, because she was selling kids to the Navy.
Yeah,
which I guess isn't the worst thing ever, but she didn't have the kids' best interest.
No, it wasn't for them.
No, yeah. Oh my goodness. She consumed them all. That shook me. I had to go back and forth a few times just to really confirm like exactly what happened. Because they was like, oh, they all suddenly disappeared. I thought like somebody pulled up and kidnapped them or some shit. And that was going to be like a story note at a later point. No. She ate them all. That's why they all go from celebrating, and then in one panel you see like the words like like screaming and shit. Yo, wow,
crazy.
When I tell you I read that shit, it had to like lock my phone and just like sit there and think with it for a second. Like, yo, this bitch is crazy. Yeah, she's really a problem. How the hell did she lose all that weight and get skinny?
Yeah, she had like a rockin' 20s, I guess, where she was just looking good. No, you know what's funny? When I first read that, it took me a minute to grasp that's what happened too.
Yeah, right.
When I remember the first time I read it, it's like, oh, what
that
happened
was such a masterful way.
Yeah, that was nuts.
You're like,
then she got really in shape, and then she got out of shape.
Yo, this nigga Strusen was over there, the same dude that made the cake. I forgot what his fruit power is, but nigga took a log of wood, started slicing it, and it turned.
Yeah, he could turn anything into food. That's his power.
Yo, Oda's a funny guy.
Yeah, that's his power. Is he could turn anything into food. I think as long
Yeah.
as he cuts it.
Big Mom's best friend.
His actual her chef to this day.
So is Big Mom a buccaneer?
No, she's part giant, I think, but she's not a buccaneer.
They say she's human.
Yeah, I don't know.
Her parents were 2 humans.
Okay, yeah, then that's the case. She's just a human, but just like born incredibly strong for some reason. Let me see that though. I mean, because she's huge.
Yeah.
Big Mama.
Right. I guess her parents would have looked more like on the buccaneer side.
She's 28 feet
She's
tall.
probably just a freak of fucking nature, yeah.
She's 28 feet tall. Yeah, she's not a half giant, but she is. When she was 5 years old, she was about the same size as giant children.
Yeah. 28 feet. Is that the size of like a 3-story building?
I wouldn't. Maybe. 28
No.
feet. 28 feet's pretty big.
No, maybe a 2-story.
It's not nothing. Yeah, a 2-story building will probably be 28.
It's like a 2-story building, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's still crazy.
That's insane. There's
Yo,
like
she was fucking up beige. Yo, there's so many good moments in this. I could talk. I don't even want to. I go on and on, but maybe I should save some of those thoughts for like when the arc wraps up. Because man, there's just a lot. I mean, do y'all have any questions? Yeah, I know what point I'm up to. So
yeah, the thing just failed. One memory I have the fond thing is when they do a whole like gangster meeting with Beige.
yes,
I love that moment. I
that
thought it
was
was so cool.
And I want to be clear, it wasn't even just that moment they all sat at the table. The whole entire chapter was incredible.
Yeah, it was just aura
for
central.
more reasons than one. Yeah, and then like Nami and Jinbei really got the chance to talk to Luffy and be like, yo, like look at it from this perspective. Like I know he wanted to knock Beige out for for shooting Peckhams. He's like, before we even do anything, let me punch you for that.
Yeah,
and
he
they was able to him to get over it.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing I do appreciate.
It was a really good chapter.
One thing I do appreciate about this this era of One Piece is that every island he has had to collaborate with one of the 11 supernovas, and that was always really cool. And it was cool to see him collaborate with Beji out of everybody.
Yeah, true. I didn't think about that.
The Big Father.
That was his adversary at first.
I fucking love Beji. The Big Father. His power is really cool. It's so fun and unique.
The castle fruit.
Yeah.
Bro, when he turns into his big castle form, he was just looking at them. That guy had his big cigar.
Yeah, his cigar is just a cannon and thing. It's so good.
They set it on him, though.
Yeah.
Niggas hit him with the mochi and the cannons.
Mm-hmm.
Candied him out on the bottom so he couldn't move nowhere. And then Big Mom pulled up and started
ripping him
wailing
apart,
on that shit.
bro.
He was like, ah.
Yeah, Beji inside was like,
Chiffon and Junior was like crying and shit.
Yeah. Yes, Whole Cake is a
crazy,
great arc. It's so good. It's very entertaining.
The talk that Sanji had with his fucking dad.
Oh my god, bro.
The dad was like, okay, I will leave you guys alone. You know, like after this. And then he was like, yeah, go ahead. We're going to defend y'all. That's where I'm basically off.
When he stood on the table?
Oh, no. That was before. That was cool, though, when he was standing on the table while they was all candy to the
right.
Yo, Perospero?
Yeah.
Perospero?
Yeah, you got it.
Yo, he's a problem, man.
Perospero's no joke.
He's really not a joke.
None of them are. All the kids
he could have beat Luffy one-on-one, honestly.
All the kids are very strong.
OD.
It's like really cool. Like the very first Yonko crew we saw was even. I feel like they're probably as a whole more formidable than Kaido's crew.
I think so too. Kaido just has the raw numbers of
Mhm.
like power. You know,
Yeah, Kaido himself is such a powerhouse, but like, I
and then he has
think
all the power goons.
yeah, and I think like I think Big Mom's kids destroy the Toby Roppo pretty easy.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like King and Queen are going to like obviously at least even out with whoever they mash up with, but the rest of them is food.
Like Katakuri alone, Katakuri alone could probably take down like a few of them
by himself. King would have to take on Katakuri.
Yeah, it would.
Just to keep him busy. Or maybe Queen might be a better matchup
Maybe.
since like, you know, they're way smarter.
Mm-hmm.
King would have to fight like fucking dude. Speaking of Big Mom's kids, we see spoilers for this One Piece chapter. We're about to get into it anyway.
Yeah.
You see Heat, right? Did you
Oven?
see him as a kid?
Oh yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you see who else was there?
That was really adorable. I know there was other people. I just couldn't tell.
Don't worry, I'll show you. I'll let you know when we're there. There was someone else of note.
Hard. One of them had like the bald head. Like
someone else of note was there,
and the genie guy. The genie guy was there. The genie guy.
I'll let you know.
He was one of them.
I'll let you know who was there.
All right. Whatever. That's all I want to say about it so far. Like it's good. Brian, you don't have any questions about from those times, do you? Anything you want to bring up? Fond memories?
Have you been reading anything, Brian?
No, I've kind of fallen off the manga train lately.
Damn.
I'll get around to it eventually.
Imagine they made Big Mom a character in LOL.
If what?
Would you put time into her? If they made Big Mom a character in LOL.
Yeah, I'd play her. She'd probably be like a top laner.
Just off the strength of her being a One Piece character, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think she'd be like a cool top laner. She'd probably be busted as fuck.
Can't top laners also bottom lane? Does it really matter, or
you could play anybody in any lane? It's just like where they're more optimal.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, I didn't know there's a real difference between top and bottom lane, other than just what path you choose. Are there actual different elements?
Yeah, like usually bot lane is for ADCs who actually need. Like,
what does that mean?
person.
Wait, what does top and bottom lane mean?
Okay. And you want to go ahead, Brian?
No, you go ahead then.
Okay, in League of Legends style games, because it's not the only game that's like that. Pokemon Unite is like that, and there's a handful of others where the style is there's generally speaking 3 main paths: a top, a middle, and a bottom. The middle area is what you call jungle, right? And it's you're off the beaten path. That there's like not really like health upgrades over there. Most of the time, unless you use a character that's meant to be in that area, you're gonna be on the top and bottom lane. You know, for the most part. And yeah, so that's what that represents. So so the map basically looks like a diamond. Okay, you have 2 starting points, 2 teams at one side, and then you could go top lane, jungle, bottom. And you fight at different points.
Okay.
Did I get it generally, Brian?
Yeah. Then there's like objectives and stuff they have to play for.
Right. And Unite, there's like you have like little objectives where you like after you defeat enemies, you could store up points and literally dunk it into the fucking the ring. It's actually really cool.
Nice.
You'd probably love Unite, Brian, if you had a Switch. Because it's literally League of Legends, just Pokemon.
Yeah, I've gotten that before, but I don't know. I'm just too used to League. Like when it comes to MOBAs like that, it's hard to like transition like to other ones like Dota.
I mean, I don't think you'd want to play it like competitively. I just figured you'd probably have some fun with it casually. Just cause it's Pokemon again, definitely not worth getting a whole Switch to play it. Because that's where it's the best to play. Oh, you do? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
so you should download it one of these days.
I rarely use it, but whenever I have it, I'll play it then.
Yeah, I want to get a Switch.
Yeah, if you wanted to run some Unite, I'll hop on and play. I got it on my Switch. I just never play it because I'm not built for those type of games.
Hell yeah. All right. Should we
Well, I commend you on your journey, Brian.
Thank you.
Good luck.
All right. Should we get the show proper started?
I suppose so.
All right. Let's go. One Piece.
Juan
Piece. This is One Piece, chapter 1157, Legendary Bar. We are continuing.
Legendary bars?
Whoa.
Someone's about to spit some shit.
This chapter, we're back with Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage. The last we saw of this story, Yamato and his ragtag crew have arrived at a grave, an unmarked grave. We don't know whose grave this is, but we learn here that this is the grave of someone who fought against Kaido to protect his village, but perished without leaving a body behind.
Who the hell is that?
I don't know. I think it's a brand new character.
Brian, any theories?
No. I have zero theories.
No theories at all. Let me check something.
Some people are saying it's that guy that had Zoro's shadow in Thriller Bark.
Ryuma?
No, the other guy. Wait, no, that song. No, it was Zoro. Ryuma had Brook's shadow. I'm pretty sure.
Oh wait, Zoro's shadow? No, that guy was just.
People are saying it's him.
That's crazy. Nobody even knows who that guy was.
I don't know. That's what people are saying.
That would be nuts. But anyway, that's the update on what Yamato's been doing. We are continuing onward in our flashback to the Rocks era of piracy here in the world of One Piece. We're opening on the Embezzle International Charity Sanctuary, where we see the Rocks pirates are, just up to no good, stealing from this charity place, which was secretly a grift, where they would get all this money donated to them for the sake of hungry children, but it's just they've never used it on children. As the Rocks pirates are getting away, we see that Kaido and Whitebeard are still in the bottom level of the vault, I think. And Shiki is like, oh, I forgot about them. So long, suckers. And he drops a bomb down to them. But of course they survive because it's Whitebeard and Kaido. And Whitebeard...
There's somebody else down there, too.
Yeah, there's somebody else, Kyo, who was introduced last chapter. So yeah, Whitebeard creates some tremors and tsunamis and all that stuff, which is pretty sick. Kyo is very pissed because obviously Shiki tried to kill them, and Shiki's like, "Whoa, if it isn't my good friend Kyo? Thank goodness you're alive. I was worried." And then they start fighting. Rocks is yelling at his crew to get their shit together because they gotta go. And they're starting to get surrounded by Navy ships. But Rocks ain't no punk. He's not afraid. He says, sink them all and take their loot. And we learned that within just 2 years of founding the Rocks Pirates, they were responsible for 16 recorded raids, 76 sunken ships, 14 ports burned to the ground, 5 towns leveled, and 1 kingdom brought to ruin. There were also 3 special violations of Article 18 of World Law and 25 crimes that were completely covered up. People are saying that although Roger was still around in this time and was sailing the seas as well, the Rocks Pirates were getting so active that this era might as well have been known as the Era of Rocks. Pretty cool. We then cut over to an island called Enishi in the New World, where King Harold has come across a world government ship that seems to be rounding up people who are suffering from famine, and I guess I don't know what they're doing with them really, but they're basically the world government is saying unaffiliated countries are lawless land in our eyes. The people who live in them have no rights, and Harold is not cool with that. He's like, these people helped us when we needed them most, and now it's time to pay back the debt. I will not back down from this. And this world government stooge is like, if you aid us, it might benefit you, but if you protect the unaffiliated nation, it will only decreases your chance of joining the world government. And he shoots a random civilian in the crowd and tells him to clear the way. Harold did not like that very much. He jumps off of his ship and attacks the innocent warship, as it was reported in the World Economic Journal. So yeah, the Elbaf is not looking good in the eyes of the world right now, and we cut back to Elbaf in Ida's bar, where Rox is back trying to convince Harold to join his crew. He's basically saying that, come on, Harold, let's share some drinks at the castle. Join me, you and your whole country. Stop being so stubborn. This is what the government does. They're assholes.
Looks like Walter White
Yeah, he does look like Walter White.
with horns.
I am the danger, Rox. No, but yeah, Harold has shaved his head, and he's looking closer and closer to that guy in the photograph that we saw a while ago. But yeah, he tells Rox that, mark my words, Elbaf will be part of the world government one day. And he says, "What? And you think like shaving your head is gonna make them change their mind from you?" And Harold's like, "Yes." Garp laughed at me too. And Rox brings up how much Garp actually hates the government that he works for, and mentions that Garp should just be a pirate already because he does not align with them, but he still works for them for some reason. And Harold brings up like saying that it's an organization, some are miscreants, but as a whole, the Navy works hard to save lives on a daily basis. And he even mentions that, some giants have joined the Marines. One we know is John Giant. He's appeared here and there in One Piece. We've seen him around, but he hasn't had a lot of speaking lines. And he says, and Harold is like, if only I could send more of our overly powerful warriors. I know their strength would go a long way to helping the downtrodden. And Rox is like, sounds like the last thing I want to face out there. And he tries to get Ida to convince him. But Ida tells him that, well, if Harold were my son, I think I'd say choose better friends. So, hey, Ida's not with the shits. She does not like the world government. Good stuff. We then cut to Navy HQ where Garp, Sengoku, Otsuru, and Kong are all hanging out. They're all talking about Harold. Basically, Garp is trying to convince Kong, who at this time is an admiral, he becomes the future commander-in-chief of the entire Navy. So I think he outranks even Sengoku in the future. At this point, Otsuru, Sengoku, and Garp are all vice admirals. And, they're all talking about how Rox is, dangerous. And not Rox, sorry. Harold and the Giants are dangerous for the most part. And, they if they get angry and lose control, it could be life-threatening. There's a lot of accidents that could happen with Giants. So, there's a lot of trepidation over having Giants join the world government. But Garp is steadfast in, having the Giants join them. Sengoku seems to be on that side as well. And Otsuru mentions that, Rox has been trying to win them over as well. So, if we're going to have them, we should have them. But unfortunately, Kong actually doesn't decide this shit because he's just an admiral. He doesn't tell people that they're cool to join the world government. It's not up to him. We then cut over to Fullaled, 42 years ago. So it would have been 20 years before Roger died. And we learned that Shaki has quit the being captain of the Kuja pirates, and everybody on Pirate Island is very sad. We get a brief scene with Big Mom and Gloriosa hearing the news. Not only, as Josh mentioned, is Oven there, but if you look on Big Mom's shoulder, Katakuri is also there. So
That's Katakuri?
yeah, that's Katakuri.
Oh, yeah, he's a fish man.
Yeah.
Right. You know, it's crazy. I didn't even think about that. That's why he looks like that.
There is another
Like
child
a fucking
there.
Scarecrow.
There is another child there next to Gloriosa. That's not Oven. I don't know who that is. It could be the genie guy.
That's the genie guy.
It could be the genie guy.
Matter of fact, I got you.
Yeah, that's funny. But I didn't notice it the first time around, actually, Josh. When I read it the second time today, I looked at that panel and was like, oh shit, that's Oven and Katakuri. Hell yeah.
Yeah, right.
I just love these little moments. So, Big Mom was already having kids at this point. And that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's so wild.
Yeah. Yeah, so Gloriosa has, since at this point, she is now part of the Rocks Pirates. So she's left her crew, and then Shaki was probably like the captain for a while before she also quit. And Big Mom, Gloriosa is wondering what she's even doing. And Big Mom's like, did she quit? Because she wanted to chase after a man, just like you did, Gloriosa. And she's like, I don't understand you to expect the agony of true love with the way you crank out babies like popcorn. Damn.
Yeah.
That was a read.
Yeah, that was just pretty vicious.
But she said, I find it hard to believe that she's got love sickness, though. If it's with Roger, I'll never forgive her. And we see Stussy is like, everyone always talks about Shaki this, Shaki that, but you've never had eyes for anybody else but me, right, Newgate? And as we know, Stussy is potentially the baby mama of Whitebeard, although that is neither confirmed nor denied. And Whitebeard is not interested. I guess everybody in this series seems to just love curving ladies and just being like, man, I'm not interested in you at all. Except for Shaki, but we'll see that. We see that the Kuja ship has arrived at the shores of Fuloled. Excuse me. And who gets off but Shaki herself? She has left the Kuja pirates. I suppose Tritoma is going to take over from there. And she arrives on Fuloled, basically saying that, she quit being a pirate, but, the government's still after her. They're just not going to stop going after her. So she wants to hang out on Fuloled where it's safe. And, of course, everybody on Pirate Island is a simp for Shaki. So they build her a little place for her to open a business. The main Rocks pirates all show up to see what's going on, and they see that Shaki has opened up the very first iteration of Shaki's ripoff bar that we see on Saboti Archipelago many, many years later. Saboti. And she's going to be a bartender on Pirate Island. And of course, every single one of the Rocks pirates are in love, including Whitebeard, which is very funny to see. The narration goes on to say in time that she would become an irreplaceable treasure to the pirates who made this island their home. And what is treasure if not something that can be stolen? Very foreboding. And the chapter ends with the 5 elders saying that, commanding someone to give Harold an ultimatum. If you warriors of Elbath meet the following requirement, you will be allowed to join the world government. And that requirement is for Harold to kill Rocks. They ain't shit.
Nice.
Who's question marking exclamation pointing this?
Whoever's maybe on the phone. I don't know. Maybe they're talking to someone on the phone and they're like, what?
No way.
Maybe that's supposed to be us. We're transmitting our exclamation point and question marks across time and space.
He's like, they'll all be confused by this one.
I know this is going to shock them. But yeah, that was One Piece chapter 1157. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
I enjoyed this chapter a whole lot. Unfortunately, it's not my RGC,
I
but
feel the same.
it's one of my. I still really enjoyed it. I have a question because clearly I missed something. When the hell did Gloriosa join the Rocks Pirates?
There's been a little bit of a time skip, so they didn't show her joining, but at this point, they skipped ahead to when she's already there.
Okay. She just joined the Rocks Pirates just because.
We don't know why specifically yet, but she joined the Rocks Pirates for sure.
Oh, she joined the Chasing Man.
Yeah, Roger,
Okay,
probably.
Oh, and that's why she went out.
Remember, she's in love with Roger. So she joined Rocks to find Roger, I guess, maybe.
Okay. What else? I think it's this plot with showing the Giants past. Clearly, we know they don't fuck with the world government right now, but I think it's just weird. Oh, excuse me. I think it's really weird that like King Harold. I understand his viewpoint as far as like, oh, if we work with the world government, we'll be able to overall do more good. But I feel like there's this idea called like harm reduction, which harm reduction is helpful, especially if you're trying to reduce harm to the most vulnerable populations or whatever. But ultimately, the better thing to do is to actually try to change things for the better. And I think Harold is trying to harm reduce. Because when the people you want to work with ultimately have malicious goals in mind, which I guess he couldn't have known for sure. Rocks knows. He ain't listening to him. And his wife tried to talk all that shit. That's crazy. Talk about making bad friends. Anyway, but your husband just shaved his head. That's how I would have said right back to her. I'm like, oh yeah? Your husband's bald now.
Well, she was talking about the world government with the Better Friends thing.
Oh.
Like that was she was saying that the government wouldn't be good friends.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
I thought she was talking about Rocks.
Nah.
Because then he was like, oh, what'd you say? No?
She said, hold on.
We're going back to. Let me see.
She said, come on, Nita, talk about this. Oh, yeah, I guess she was talking about Rocks. But I think she was like, playing around with him. I don't think she was upset about him.
I would have played around and also said, your husband looks like
well, your husband looks like Kratos.
It's like a bald. Anyway. I don't have much more to say. Brian, what are your thoughts on One Piece?
This era is such a treat to get a glimpse into, and like seeing the dynamic of the Rocks Pirates and stuff. Like Rocks just doesn't feel like an actually terrible guy. Am I tripping? Like,
well,
he decimated towns.
Yeah, he's definitely like destroyed cities and toppled like countries. He's stolen for sure. He's. I'm not sure he's like a good guy, but.
And that's the narrator that said that, not the World Journal.
Yeah, that was the objective voice of what's going on in the world saying this guy has broken so many rules. This is not manufacturing consent. This guy destroyed towns.
Let's be clear. And he did not give a fuck.
Yeah, this is a real thing. He actually destroys things.
Luffy has helped in the process of destroying towns, but it definitely wasn't him. Like,
yeah,
he wasn't the genesis.
No, but I know what you mean, Brian. Not for nothing. I do understand because his goal is seemingly to topple this what we know to be just a terrible, oppressive government. So, and he's not forcing Harold to do anything. He's very respectful of Harold's decision, even though he is persistent. But yeah, I think I know what you mean. We're being a little silly here, but I think I know.
I'm being silly, Brian. You're right.
No, you're not being silly. I'm also. It's very strange. It's hard to explain, but I see where you're coming from. Is what I'm saying.
I kind of agree with Brian in a way. Before I go get something to drink, I agree with Brian because I think most of what we hear about Rox being bad is mostly from the perspective of people that knew him from hearsay. He has the Rox generation was a terrible time because the fucking government hated him. And they hated Gold Roger too. You know what I'm saying? But I have a theory about why they fought Rox, why Roger teamed up with Garp in the first place and all of that. And I don't think like this guy's trying to destroy the world or anything like that inherently. I think like this guy meaning Rox, like I think he becomes a true legitimate threat to like the Five Elders and Emu, like to them specifically, not like the world government, these niggas, right? And out of pure desperation, they manipulate, I really hope it's not a situation where Gold Roger like teams up with Garp because he feels like, no, we need the Navy, and even if that means keeping Emu and the others alive, because then if that was the case, boo. That's why they executed your ass. But I don't want to throw dirt on his name that like already. So I'm gonna wait and be patient. But it better not be that apologist bullshit. I don't want to hear it. The niggas needed to die, and then they could have killed Rox or whatever after. They didn't even do that good of a cleanup job. They let Kaido go. They let Big Mom go. Big Mom's been wilding. I think Kaido's bad, but Big Mom's been wilding across the seas. Kaido's just wilding out on Wano. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought? I'm sorry, Brian.
Yeah, sorry, Brian.
But yeah, it's pretty cool seeing everybody do their thing and stuff. But yeah, I don't have too many thoughts after that.
All right. I find this. I also agree. I think this is such a great. I love these like big expansive flashbacks. I didn't expect us to go this in depth when this flashback started. I thought it was pretty much going to be stuck on Elbaf and from the perspective of Loki. But I'm ever so grateful that we're getting pretty much what a history lesson of what's been going on in this time, because it's such a cool time. It does make me think about Roger's role, this whole time, because we're seeing that, this era was more defined by Rox. He had a goal in mind. He had something that he wanted to accomplish, where Roger just wanted to go places that nobody else has been to. Roger was more of an explorer even. I am curious to see what the dichotomy is, like what the difference is between the two. Like, I don't believe that Roger would fight Rox because he's aligned himself with the world government. Rox has to be going over the edge and doing something crazy or maybe even, Rox is just getting in the way of something Roger wants. And it's not particularly tied to any moral thing. It's just maybe in the same vein of Luffy knowing that he has to beat all 4 emperors to be king of the pirates. Roger knows he needs to beat Rox in order to accomplish whatever he wants to do.
But he teamed up with Garp.
He did have.
Would Luffy
he
team
did
up
team
with Smoker?
He would team up with Kobe, probably.
Grapple?
I could see him teaming up with Kobe. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. I mean, Roger teaming up with Garp is what we know of. We don't know the context of why, or if they even were teaming up, or maybe they just had the same enemy, and they were just both fighting him. Like one of them was fighting them first, and the other stepped in as well. Because I also don't see them like, yeah, teaming up in that sense either. So who knows? But it does make me think about Roger a lot. For being in his era, we're actually spending very little time with Roger. In the time where he's around and he's doing shit, where we don't see him barely. We know he's around and he's doing shit, but
He don't even have a beard yet.
Yeah, he doesn't have his mustache.
Yeah, that's what's missing.
He doesn't have his fun little mustache. But yeah, it does make me think of that. There's something about Harold that is reflected in a few One Piece characters, actually, which I think is realistic. Kinda is just a naive point of view of believing they can work within the system to change things for the better. Because I think Kobe has that same view, and I feel like a lot of people have that view. And I feel like that viewpoint being absent from this series would be unrealistic. I'm curious to see how this changes in Harold, if it changes in Harold down the road, if he realizes what the government really is. I have a feeling he does, because they do end up wanting to kill him. So I'm very curious to see why Harold is murdered by the government. Despite being so eager to join them. The fishmen also have that same eagerness to be part of it. And I think it's just believing that things, like in a unification of things, is probably for the better than just everybody being an isolationist state. I think that's what Harold really believes in, is being a more active participant in the world. And the only way to do that in this world is to be part of the world government. But yeah, I think it's an interesting viewpoint, and I'm wondering how that changes in Harold, if it does at all. I think Shaki is going to be targeted by the world government. I think that
yes.
I think something being said about what is treasure if not something that can be stolen is an ominous line that is implied that either the world government or somebody's going to take Shaki, and maybe Rayleigh saves her. The Roger pirates save her, and that's why she ends up with Rayleigh. That's my theory, and I feel like that's a really likely one, is that the Roger pirates end up saving Shaki Enies Lobby style. They all pull up, fight the CP9 of their time, and save Shaki.
That would be the coolest shit ever. Sasuke Retrieval Log Part 2.
Yeah. Or Part 0, because it's a prequel.
Oh.
Enies Lobby.
Right.
Enies Lobby 0.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm very excited.
Zeros 1 and 2.
But I think that's all I gotta say about One Piece. I think it's very cool. By the way, One Piece is officially bi-weekly now. For the next few months, it will take on a bi-weekly schedule, so it's not coming out next week. So I think Oda.
Damn, is everything okay?
I think Oda has mentioned that he is like just preparing for, what's to come with.
This is planned.
Yeah, this is like I don't think it's a health related thing. I think it's more of a we're gearing up for the final arc, or the final saga, big time for reals. So good for Oda. I mean, honestly, whatever gets him rest, whatever allows him to continue to make this story for as long as he needs to, I am for it. But yeah, that's all I really got to say about One Piece. Do we have any rebuttals or anything? Yes, no?
Nope.
Alrighty then. With that,
I'm ready to move on.
With that being said, let's move onward.
This is just some really murderous shit.
Sakamoto Days. This is This is Sakamoto Days, chapter 225, Protecting What Matters. Last time in Sakamoto Days, the Team Sakamoto has been trying to transport Sakamoto from the store over to the JCC, where the Sakamoto Days Teen Titans are hanging out and are getting ready to treat Sakamoto medically for his injuries when they are attacked by the Magnet Lady and the Luchador Man from the Order. And Heisuke stays behind to fight them. And we open this chapter with, I think, Lou yelling at Shin as to why he let Heisuke go off on his own. Despite the fact that the mask guy was invulnerable to bullets, and Shin said he told me to trust him, just like Sakamoto trusted me. So, and let me do my part. I'll trust Heisuke. He won't lose. And we then cut over to Heisuke, who is squaring up against Masked Man and Magnet Lady. Magnet Lady doesn't even pay him any mind. She just goes right past him, and he says, "Hey, Demon Head, I'm going after Sakamoto. You take care of the twerp." But Heisuke isn't taking that lying down. He shoots at Magnet Lady and says, "You're not going anywhere. I'm going to stop you right here." And she's like, "Huh, you can't even say kill, huh, coward?" And she magnetizes a car with a guy still in it and throws the car at Heisuke. It seems to hit Heisuke because he takes some damage from it. And Magnet Lady is like, "You want to die that badly? I'll kill you. But if you're going to croak now, I feel sorry for that guy since he gave his life to save you. What a total waste." And Heisuke does a really cool thing. He ricochets a bullet off the street into the car bumper that's being totaled, into the tire that has fallen off, and right past the lady. It's pretty cool. Ricochet accent. And, Heisuke says, "Hyo didn't waste his life. I thought a lot about it. How could I repay him for his sacrifice?" And then I realized something. I realized that I'd better live my life to the fullest or I'd be doing him wrong. He says, not just today, but from here on out, I promise to enjoy life to the max with my friends. So, yeah. Pisuke warns Heisuke of fucking Masked Man coming down on him. He comes down with like a deadly elbow. And he's just like, "Y'all are boring me. You call yourselves pros. How about let's talk more action?" Heisuke tries shooting this guy, but he is bulletproof. Magnet Lady asks him to dodge because he's literally getting shot. But Masked Man says, like, the beauty of pro wrestling is taking the hits. You take all your opponent's hits and then you bring them into submission. He says, "Let's see if you can take my hits." Heisuke dodges, which pisses off the wrestling guy. He's like, "Why'd you dodge? I just did a whole thing about not dodging." But yeah, Heisuke, as he's trying to fight this guy, is thinking to himself, like, "Man, I've fought a lot of enemies who could evade bullets, but I've never fought someone who's actually bulletproof." And he gets punched in the face really, really hard. Magnet Lady's like, "You'll never beat us with that antique piece of junk." And she magnetizes a bunch of traffic signs, throws them at Heisuke. Heisuke dodges by the skin of his teeth. And he's just thinking to himself, like, "What am I doing? Shin's trusting me to handle this. I can't let them beat me. I have to protect my pals." And he fires a shot into the gasoline of the truck that was nearby, and it explodes, hitting the wrestling man. He actually feels that one. He feels the fire. And he's like, "You're going down.
Lit that motherfucker on fire."
Hell yeah. And he says, "You're going down no matter what." And that's where the chapter ends. Hell yeah. Josh, what did you think about Sakamoto Days, chapter 255? Oh, 225, sorry.
Like for 90% of the chapter, I'm like, "Oh my God, Heisuke, what the fuck are you about to do?" Because You want to talk about rough matchups? Someone that's
cooked.
bulletproof and someone that can control metal. I'm surprised she hasn't snatched his gun from him.
Yeah,
Is it because it's made
for
out
real.
of wood or something? I don't
Yeah, I mean, there's
understand
metal
what's
on the
happening.
wood.
Magneto would smoke her.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
that. That's okay though. That's what that goes without saying. But he would also have been taking that gun,
Oh, yeah.
and then would have gave him a lecture,
Mm.
and then would have used one of his destructo metal discs to slice his head off.
Yeah.
Thankfully, this is not X-Men, so he's gonna figure out a way, bro. He's gonna spin a bullet so fast that when it travels up to the sky, it's gonna create a tornado, and it's gonna suck up both of them and launch them into the fucking ocean, and then a great white shark, a mako shark, is gonna eat them,
Wow.
and that counts. That counts as a kill for Hisuke, technically, if you ask me.
I would say
It's not
so.
an assist. That's his kill. Yeah. Like, they have a really wicked saying in the streets, right? I heard a rapper named Mozzie say this. He said, if they pull the plug, then the body counts. Do you understand what that's referencing? Like, if you shoot at somebody, you try to kill them, and you don't really kill them, but they're put like on like ICU or whatever,
Yeah,
and they decide to pull the plug,
that counts as a
you
kill.
got that. It's actually not even funny. It's really horrible, but I did want to paint the picture.
It does
in
sound terrible
comparison.
now that I think about it, but it makes sense.
It is really bad.
Yeah, it's not great.
You think it's anyway. Yeah. So
That is a bar, though.
but I do hope that Hisuke gets those bodies.
Mm-hmm.
ICU or not.
Yeah.
He's gonna need to do a little bit more than deflecting bullets, though. Well, he's gonna have to deflect a lot of bullets. That sniper dude better come in and help. That's all I'm saying.
I have a feeling he will. Were those all your thoughts?
Yes.
Brian, what did you think?
Oh yeah.
RGC.
Oh!
Whoa.
Certified RGC.
Yeah, boy.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
This was the shock that I was telling you about before the episode, Chris.
Yeah, well, I am... Oh, well, I'm not that shocked. I mean, you like Heisuke a lot. Makes sense.
Yeah, I was not expecting him to have a 2v1 scenario for his final fight in the series. I assumed this is his final fight. I feel I completely forgot he had beef with the magnet lady.
Yeah, because she killed Hyo.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. It feels like forever.
It was forever ago. It was
But-
before we actually started talking about the show. Talk about the series on the show.
But yeah, it's pretty cool to
For real?
see Hisuke.
Damn.
It's pretty cool to see Hisuke fucking snipe it out, just fucking jumping around, dodging, shooting, lighting fire with bullets and shit. It's my favorite part was when he ricocheted the bullets under the fucking car,
That was pretty
bounced
sick.
it off of like a tire and shot at her. That was fucking sick. I am so excited to see how he beats these two. I kind of don't hope the other sniper guy shows up, but I'm sure he will. But I'm just curious as to how he's gonna do it, because I feel like, how does Hisuke usually beat people? Does he just shoot shit and then have them fall on top of them or something?
Yeah, he's just really nice with the ricochets and yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the last fight I remember him having was against the magnet lady, actually. And then like the other order guy and the sniper. So yeah, I think his thing is just like he ricochets really good, and he's a very strategic shooter. Like he uses the environment, he shoots like things off the environment.
I love ricochets.
Ricochet.
Oh yeah. Fun ass chapter, great art, great action. Those are my thoughts.
Hell yeah. I also really like this chapter. I like Hisuke a lot. I think he's a lot of fun to watch fight, and
BRB.
it's cool to have like a dynamic sniper fight, because snipers are, I imagine, really hard to write action scenes for because they're usually so stationary. But I feel like we're at least gonna get one chapter where Heisuke figures something out and he actually grows in the skill before someone bails him out, or maybe he doesn't even get bailed out. Maybe he just like takes them both down. That would be pretty cool. It'd be a pretty cool moment for Heisuke. But yeah, I thought this was a fun chapter. Lots of cool action. I don't really have anything else to say. I don't know what this fucking wrestler guy's deal is and why he's bulletproof, but excited to get his backstory at some point.
Find out very soon.
Oh yeah, I feel so too. But that's all I gotta say.
Imagine this whole time he just has a full body vest on.
That would be crazy. Maybe that's
Like
what it is.
Teflon,
Maybe that's what it is.
Teflon socks,
The
Teflon
Kevlar.
boxes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's decked out in
not
Kevlar.
Then what's Teflon? Isn't that also for bulletproof?
I don't know actually. I'm not
50 Cent called himself the Teflon Don.
Yeah, then maybe it is used in bulletproof things. I know that Kevlar is maybe the brand of things. It's a Kevlar vest. Blah blah blah. Maybe Teflon is the material. Let me look.
Maybe. Hopefully, I never had to really find out.
No, me neither.
Hopefully, I won't ever have to have
I'm
a need
cool. I'm cool for
to
that.
find out the difference.
Teflon Don was also John Gotti.
The John Gotti?
Okay, so he called himself John Gotti was the Teflon God because Gotti's acquittal was a major upset that further added to his reputation. The American media dubbed him the Teflon Don in reference to the failure of any charges to stick. Because, Teflon is used on frying pans. That's what I was thinking about. It's the non-stick.
Oh.
And the reason 50 Cent probably calls himself the Teflon Don is because no charges stick to him.
Yeah. Because he snitched.
He's a non-stick man.
It's easy to not have charges when you talk to the feds.
Did he talk to the feds?
I don't know. Probably. He got shot 9 times and nobody got arrested. He talked to some cops, man. He talked to some detectives, man.
Yeah.
I know he did.
I know you did
He
it.
was in that room. They gave that nigga some Subways. And he was like, all right, listen. The nigga looked like that, all right?
He looked like that guy on TV right there.
Yeah. Oh, that which one? You're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
You had your one chance. All right. Well, that's all I gotta say about Sakamoto Days. We ready to move on to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
I hope he turns his sword into some guns.
Kagurabachi. And with that, I'm gonna toss this one over to Tersh.
This is the new thing. This is the new thing.
This is the new
thing.
style.
It's the new shit. Kagurabachi, chapter number 90. Kitty. Or alternate title, Miss Kitty.
Miss Kitty.
Miss Carrie plus Oni-chan. So anyway, last week, what happened last week, actually? Uraha started showing out. We learned a little bit about his cool fucking techniques that was suppressed by the banquet sword. Because, you can't have 2 powers at once unless you're the coolest nigga like Hakuri. But not everyone's Hakuri. Anyway, the right when Uraha was gonna chase them all down, all of the members of the Hishaku, one of the Hishaku members set up this little set up the spell and found it is holding up some of the fighters. Meanwhile, Uraha is fighting against the leader of the Hishaku, Yura strings. So yeah, moving forward. We find out that one of these one of the Hishaku sorcerers is a girl that apparently used to work at. I don't know if she worked at the Kuminabi HQ, but it's definitely a girl from this character's past, Kiri, which is a swordsman that was introduced a couple chapters ago with a really huge sword, and she made concrete lasagna. It was an awesome thing. It was a whole situation.
Yeah.
Check out our previous episode named after it, as a matter of fact. So yeah, and it's funny because Kiri is like, "Oh, so how long have you been a Hishaku lackey?" And she's like, "I'm no lackey. We just happen to agree. It's been 18 years."
Jeez, how
Why
old is this lady?
her face looks so fucking funny.
Yeah.
There's no soul behind them.
Right.
It looks like just I don't know. Anyway, so she takes her speed stance and she smoked mad niggas with that earlier. I remember. She's like Black Panther in Rivals. Literally, Black Panther, this is what he does. He throws a spear at you, dashes, and then dashes again and you're dead.
That's pretty sick.
You don't have to know what that means.
I
You
don't.
just know you die very fast and there's not much you could do about it unless you had some teammates with you. Not even Brian could handle that alone unless he's using a tank.
Yeah, I'm playing Cap. I mean, Bucky could probably shit on a Black Panther.
You're right. Bucky can, but you still got to catch him.
Gotta catch them all.
I think if Black Panther sneaks up on like most DPS, he could take them out. But if you're like attentive. Anyway, this isn't Rivals. So back to the death game happening in Kagurabachi. So it's funny that because Hakuri makes it known that he's actually like really important and essential to the Kuminabi. Which Miss Kiri, right? Kiri, right? I just said it. Is like, oh, okay. So I just got to protect you. Bet, don't worry about it. So she starts slicing up these fucking big monster heads. I don't know what to call them, honestly. Probably something from Japanese folklore, Brian. So maybe you can check it out. So I wouldn't even know what context to give you. Big mouth totems.
Whatever these big mouth totems are.
Yeah.
They're the Daruma, aren't they?
Are they? Right. That's what I thought they were, but I'm not sure. If you want to, I think the Darumas are specific things. They're like very specific dolls. I don't know if they're these things in particular.
No, they're not. The Daruma was the beginning guy with the fucking bombs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was cool. Why do you have to die? Anyway, we get an explanation of Miss Kiri's weapon. This 5 shaku odachi katana onichaka, or for short, Oni-chan. There are many drawbacks to a sword that's over 2 meters long, including the hilt. I'm American, so I guess I don't really understand how far 2 meters is.
6 feet. About.
How much is that in feet?
It should be about 6 feet because I
A
think
meter's like around 3 feet.
Yeah, a meter's around 3 feet.
That's good to remember. Thanks. That's actually very good frame of reference.
She's got Sephiroth's sword.
Yeah, she does. She literally has Sephiroth's sword. Her fighting style is so fucking like dope. And to make it even better, before I get into like her fighting style, her main motivation for using this blade is to prove her grandfather wrong and to really, really rub it into him, like in his grave, because it's not even just because he said that she couldn't use, like, women shouldn't like sword fight because they're too heavy, and she's using the biggest fucking sword she could possibly imagine. It's bigger than her, hilt included, but getting to her style, um, her so the drawbacks are, you know, the sword. All right, well, they talked about drawbacks before, which is that obviously you can't use a long ass sword like that in a small setting, and it's not good for close combat because, you know, the long windups it takes and how heavy it is. But this girl Kiri, she literally swings the sword around really similarly to how, like, you'll see people like spinning a staff and like putting it around their back and around their arms and shit. Like, it's almost exactly the same. She's spinning the sword around like a staff, and she's just slicing shit with it as she's using the velocity from her spins. It's almost as if the big ass sword is just dancing in you know, in space.
Mm-hmm.
It's like AoE. It actually reminds me. I'm not gonna go down that route again. So anyway, like Blade. So anyway,
Like Blade from Marvel Rivals? Like
yes,
Blade
and
from Marvel Rivals?
He has an ult, and it's so cool. He does a fucking dash forward, and it leaves like 1,000 slashes, and it has anti-heal to it. It's and it does the fucking techno music.
Oh, that's
music.
pretty sick.
What's it called? Techno beat music.
That's pretty
you know,
cool.
When he goes in
Like
the
in the
club.
movie, yeah.
Yeah, it's so fucking hype. And, you know, Brian, you know, you can just eat shorts, bro. We're having a great time over here. Join us whenever you feel like it. Whenever you're ready to get out of the LOL ocean for just a few. Whenever you want to get on dry land for a little bit.
I can't. I used everything I had in the tank when I was playing it in the beginning, but now I can't go back to it.
You can't even play a game casually?
No, I'm not wired like that.
He's not built like you, Josh.
I guess not.
The boy has aspirations. He
I don't
wants
want
to
go
dominate.
too much of a sidetrack, but yeah, whatever.
I just like
Maybe
applying
we'll Save that
myself.
topic for another day. You know, I do too. I try really hard in the games I play that, you know, like even Rivals. Like I try to practice and grind and shit. And definitely in Smash Bros. But I just feel like, you know, there's people that are a lot better than me. I'm not gonna stress out about it, or rather, I'm not putting in the time like they are. So I'm not about to get mad tight that I fucking lost.
Yeah.
You know, to people that have put in way more work than me.
Yeah.
So that's just my mindset.
You play this all the time anyway, so you know. I don't have all the
I
time
had
in the
to
world.
get that way. Nigga, I went to Smash Bros. Bro, New York is a crazy region for Smash Bros. There's a lot of fucking good players, and I got humbled a lot. And I had to still be able, in order to go to these tournaments to still enjoy the game, you gotta understand, like, you're gonna take L's, and it's okay. You're gonna learn, keep pushing forward, or you say, fuck it, I try. Anyway, let me get back to Kagurabachi. I feel you, though, Brian. I do. I understand. It's just whenever you want to have some fun. So, you know who's not having fun right now? Uraha, and also the rest of the Kamunabi fighters, because right after this girl Kiri did her dancing Sephiroth slash through these non-Daruma totem dolls, they have like a negative effect, right? So her cooldown activates, and I can't help myself. And for every doll that's destroyed, every totem, it makes them slower. And she killed what, 2 of them? So, you know, they come to that realization. Uraha's struggling a little bit against Yura, but you know, it's not that serious. And they realize that they can't just, you know, like kill all of those fucking totems because they're gonna end up being slow as a turtle. So Kiri ends up slicing another concrete lasagna into the ground. Yeah. And Hakuri drops. This is like the second time this arc he's been dropped down by someone else's ability.
Yeah.
I wonder if third time's the charm. So right when this happens, all of the totems like chomp on her, and you know, I guess it's minimal damage. They're not really meant to be that strong. They're not that scary, even though she's in a bit of pain. And that's when this girl, the speed girl, who's been waiting this whole fucking time in that stance, jets off as fast as Senna Kobayashi.
Kobayakawa.
Right? Shit. All right. Kobayawa.
Kabayawa,
And
Kabayawa.
and right when the Hishaku chick goes in for the kill, Kiri, like the badass she is, blocks one of her hands and takes the knife on her arm. People in anime, they take stabs to the arm so lightly.
Yeah, they're not.
I know I would
They're not
scream in
stressed.
pain.
Yeah, I would be like, ah!
Ah!
It went straight through my arm.
Like, don't people commit suicide like that? Aren't there important arteries there?
Yeah.
No, I
mean,
guess she knew how to dodge them because,
Yeah.
you know.
She's like, you didn't hit any of my vital points in my arm.
She knew how to, she caught it. So, yeah.
I caught it.
You know.
I caught your blade with my arm.
So, for all the shit we're talking, this Hishaku girl is dumbfounded. She cannot believe that she just got caught. And then, you know, Kiri's actually really strong to be able to hold that sword and swing it around and shit, even if she's dancing with it. So she has a grip tight on this girl's wrist, and she somehow stacks all these non-Daruma doll tokens all together shish kebab style and stabs them down and through the girl. As she says, all right, let's get moving. And the slow curse starts to evaporate. And then some guy pulls up to Haku. He's like, hey, where's Uraha? And that's the Hishaku member from last chapter that had the fake doll character. He's a bad guy, really strong bad
Killed
guy.
the cloud
And they
gouger.
thought shit was cool. Yeah, they thought shit was sweet, and it's not at all. Now they're, what do you say, out of the frying pan and into the fire, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, and that ends this week's chapter. So, big news, Brian. What are your thoughts on this chapter? And are the streets saying anything at all about Kagurabachi?
I haven't been on the streets lately.
Fair
But
enough.
I will say my thoughts are that this chapter was pretty fucking fire. I love Kiri's fighting style where she kind of just like fucking whirlwinds the sword around her, essentially.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking fire. And she's it's a good thing that she's trained with Aruha and also fucking what's his name? Samura. So this lady's speed is probably nothing compared to those two. So that's probably why she's so good against this, against her style. And I will say though, at the end, the slowness isn't fading; it's still in effect because she's killed.
Yeah, she killed
Several
more,
of them.
so there should be. She should be getting slower.
Oh.
She's actually really lucky that this guy does not really care about her and only wants Samura, because if he really wanted to, he could just destroy her right now. Unfortunately. So I get the feeling that he'll probably like knock her out or something, but he's gonna just jump up the fucking lasagna hole straight after Oruha. But aside from that, this chapter was pretty fucking fire with the action and the kind of setup for Kiri. But I don't have much else to say about it. This is a good chapter.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is
Well,
my
it's not fair.
what?
The curses should be gone, bro. That doesn't make sense. You killed her.
Well,
Right.
it's not her. That's not her magic. It's the other guy's magic.
It's not?
No,
Who?
the bald guy that yawns.
Oh my god, you're right. Damn. But didn't it affect everybody else? Didn't it affect
It affects
Uraha?
Uraha as well.
Why?
I don't know why, actually.
That's so weird. I don't
Well, he did
understand.
destroy one. Remember?
No, I don't remember.
I think he destroyed one in not the last chapter, because the last chapter didn't focus on them much, but the chapter before.
Yeah, you're right. On the way to trying to catch up with the rest of them.
Mm.
With the rest of the show. Okay, I remember.
Yeah. Well, this is my RGC.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Yeah, Kiri is a really cool character. She's very Maki coded, which I appreciate for some reason. I'm pretty into it. She and her, her fighting style is very fun and unique. It's not just I am Sephiroth, I swing big sword. She basically uses it as a bow staff, which is really fun.
Yeah.
And I think it's a lot of fun. I'm wondering this whole thing with what's his face. I know they say his name here. Hokuto. He arrived way faster.
That the puppet master?
Yeah,
guy?
he's the guy who.
Yeah, he pulled up.
Yeah, he got there real quick. I thought it was going to be at least another chapter before we saw him again.
Yeah, like these. I thought this was the headquarters, not fucking Central Park.
Bro sprinted. Right. Bro sprinted over there.
Flint Lockwood.
Damn, what a reference. You ever seen Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Josh?
Mm-hmm. That's the
cop that was
police officer, right?
Yeah, he's like, Flint Lockwood. Yeah, but this was really cool. The stakes are going up pretty high. The extra effect of the big mouth totems, I actually really like. I think it brings a cool adversity to the fight. That if you destroy one, there's a punishment. I figured it would be different punishments for different ones, but the slowdown thing is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Kiri was done after she got munched on by all these things, but I guess not. Very cool moment where she caught it with her forearm. She caught this blade with the forearm blade catch, standard technique. Yeah, it was just a cool chapter. Kiri's a badass. I'm excited to see what is in store. I wouldn't be surprised if she fights Hokuto while Yura continues to fight Uraha. And she's like a surprise good opponent for Hokuto, where he's like, whoa, this is actually a great fight.
Yeah, I could see something like that happening. And maybe holding him off.
But she got heavy debuffs.
She did get heavy debuffs. What if he just...
Maybe it helps the sword
what if
be
he
heavier, too.
What if Hokuto is just like, you're all debuffed, and then he just kills the sorcerer that of the totems? It's like, what now? You good now?
Nah, but that guy is like core member, isn't he?
Yeah.
We're gonna find out how core of a member he is.
Yeah, we're about to find out if he's.
We're about to find out.
We're about to find out how core is this guy.
How down are you with this team, huh? how essential?
Yeah,
was you a day one?
How much do we want your big mouth totems around? How important are your big mouth totems to us? Yeah, great chapter. I'm excited for what's coming next for Kagurabachi. This arc has been pretty much nonstop, really, really cool action, and I'm not like exhausted by it or anything. It's very cool. I'm just excited to see how everybody gets out of this situation because this shit is crazy. Josh,
I feel like I lost the Ron Burgundy bet a long time ago.
No. I'm
on the ice to you. And you're just waiting. I'm in a vegetable state. You're waiting for the blood.
We'll see.
My L is on it's on its way. It's on the way.
Yeah. It's in stasis right now.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. There's nothing in my mind that has Samrid. I just don't see it happening.
No, it's going to be a buzzer beater moment.
That would be nice.
It's going to be Steph Curry at the 3, just like. But yeah, those are all my thoughts. Josh, what did you think about the chapter?
Try to think about what I'd like to hone in on so I don't waste too much time. I mean, I think the execution of the dude is definitely gonna pull up. Hopefully, she can stall and fight this guy for long. I don't want Miss Kiri to die.
Neither
I think
do
she's
I.
dope. But like, I can't lie, she's definitely like a little on the fodder side.
Mm.
I'm worried. I'm not worried for Uraha for two reasons. One, I don't care if he dies. But two,
Damn,
I just
Josh
don't
hates
think he's
Uraha.
gonna
You
get
heard him
smoked.
here. You heard it here first.
I don't know
folks.
why.
Josh hates
I
Uraha.
think because I'm salty. I'm salty that like I didn't just take them at face value when they was like, oh, like they're claiming he's dead, but they have his body. And I should have just immediately was like, oh yeah, he's alive. Okay.
Yeah, they pulled
I was shell shocked.
they pulled a Nobara on us.
No, that the Nobara incident is what really, and I don't want to get into too much spoilers by even saying the series or nothing like that, but that just, I was too shell shocked from that shit. I didn't like that. To this day, I'm gonna have to reread that series. I am definitely going to read. I mean, I've been watching it. I'm gonna just rewatch the anime.
You should.
When the third season comes out, I'm gonna start it again from season 1 and go to 2 and then season 3. Yeah. Anyway, I don't got any other thoughts.
Hell yeah. Well, are we ready to move along?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Then let's go.
Bloody cross.
Dandadan. With that, I'm gonna pass this one over to Brian.
All right. One momentico.
The Montico.
Okay, so the chapter picks up where we left off with Jin getting this new hybrid form of him and Evil Eye, and the chapter starts with him kind of setting up double peace signs at Nug Lover. And he starts off by saying, now that I'm like this, I can use the power of Evil Eye and fire the evil gun. And they each points finger guns at him and goes, pew, pew. And the this guy is kind of just like, don't tell me. A human and a yokai have fused?
First time. Happens a lot in this series.
I think he meant like this is the first time they have like a combo, like a combination thing going on, where like they're. Wait. No, actually, yeah, you're right. What? Like,
No,
why
I
is
think
he
what
so
he
shocked by
means,
it?
it's kind of
No.
like, I think what he means is kind of like Okaroon and Turbo Granny, where he's not fully possessed by Turbo Granny, but he's using her powers, and that's like kind of the fusion. Whereas Jiji is usually possessed entirely by Evil Eye when he takes over, and this is more of a
I want to go off
balance
the
between
strength of
them.
what I feel like Brian was going somewhere with what he was saying, where that like this is a little special because even with Okaroon, at least not yet, right? And even with Elsa, any of the other like combo,
Ira?
like yokai, yeah, all of them, and the music chick, like they don't have latent abilities as well as like a yokai power, right? Whereas Gigi has access to his spiritual abilities and he has a yokai. So I guess technically from that perspective, he's kind of more of a hybrid than like Okaroon and the rest. But I don't know. I just felt it was interesting what you were saying, Brian. Anyway.
Got it. So Gigi goes on to kind of explain what's going on here, and essentially what they're doing is just rapidly switching back and forth, much like a light bulb does when it's on. And he's only doing this technique because it's considered fun to them. And then he goes, now I'm gonna whip your butt big time, as he kind of charges up a blast. But it turns out explaining your whole tactic to your enemy gives them an opportunity to counter you. So the guy's like, "Oh, so you're just switching back and forth, so nothing's really changed." And then he turned it to smoke and fills Gigi's lungs. Um, and Gigi tries to kind of shoot the smoke around him to try to damage Nug Lover, um, which fails because not all the smoke around them is Nug Lover. And the only way that he can actually hurt him, um, like since he's in this hybrid form, the evil gun doesn't really hurt as much as it did before. So he would have to switch into his main form, like his regular human form, in order to use it, which would leave him vulnerable and dying to suffocation. And so he's in a bit of a catch-22 moment here. But as he kind of thinks back to him standing on top of Seiko, he punches himself in the fucking gut. I guess he's like shooting ki into himself to knock out Nug Glover through his back, sending him flying across the room. And then he goes, penalty kick time. You won't as he's like covering his mouth and his nuts.
That's fucking dope.
Because
he loves punching nuts.
Yeah, because he was punching his nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
I didn't even catch that. I didn't even realize that's what was happening there. I thought it was Gigi just being weird.
His two most effective. He's neutralizing his most effective attacks. That's some good defense.
That is really good defense.
As Nuglover begins to kind of turn into smoke again, Gigi immediately hits him with another fucking key punch to prevent him from dispersing again. And he goes, even if my power's lowered, I can at least stop you from dispersing. Also, when I use my evil gun, when I use my evil gun to squeeze you real tight, it seems it takes you some time to turn into smoke. And then slowly but surely, the shadows start to creep over his face as Evil Eye starts to take over Gigi again. And he goes, the woman you were standing on, Seiko, she said that she was going to make me family. So don't go standing on her like she's nothing. And then he just starts beating the fucking brakes off of this guy.
Gomo no.
And punches him out of the fucking shrine, sending him flying into a river where he's just like floating there kind of motionlessly. And Gigi takes over and he goes, whoa, Evil Eye, you really went overboard. I wanted to complain to him too. If my master had been in top form, she could have insta-killed a guy like that. And that's where the chapter ends. Chris, what are your thoughts?
Very, very cool chapter. I really like Gigi. I've always liked Gigi, but this chapter really endeared me to him a little bit more. I like just like his quirky nature and all that stuff, and I love this explanation of this form. I think it's super cool. I never would have thought about something like this. I really enjoy it. It's a cool design as well. But yeah, I thought the action was really cool. All of this stuff is he defeated the smoke guy by using everything that Seiko taught him, which is very nice. And seeing Evil Eye have this kind of affinity towards her is very sweet. So, very, very cool chapter. I honestly, this was probably my second favorite chapter of the week. I really like Dandadan, especially this little mini arc here. Obviously, it's not over. We still got to deal with Momo and Vamola's battle going on down there. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. But yeah, those are all my thoughts. I thought it was very fun. Josh, what did you think?
This is my RGC.
Hey.
Certified
Without a doubt.
RGC. Certified
Yeah.
RGC. Certified RGC.
You know, when One Piece is arguably the weakest chapter of the lineup, you know you've had a solid fucking week. Because the thing about One Piece is that its ceiling is forever. There's no limit to how good it can be, but it has a high floor, a super duper high floor of quality that'll never go below. Right. So with that said, man, I love this chapter. I mean, I'm really, really starting to enjoy Dandadan. I want to talk about a couple things outside of this chapter first, right? So I actually started watching the season 2
Ooh, I gotta
of
watch that.
Dandadan, the anime. Yeah, and that's the Evil Eye arc. It's good. It's really good. And you know, at first when I heard they was making a movie out of it, I was like, "Oh, really? They're doing that?" But you could tell like those 3 episodes, I guess they would have put together to make the movie. It was pretty dope.
Ooh, professional
Oh my
sneeze
God,
button.
he's sneezing.
Sneeze button Josh. He's fucking crushing it right now. That's some high level broadcasting right there.
Yeah, thanks. It's always like at least one per anyway. Yeah, so so seeing this chapter and then also being at that part in the anime where he's just learning how to deal with the evil eye and how much I forgot how hard he went for the evil eye. Like they was about to exercise him and everything, and he begged, like, please. And like, you know, for them to keep the like to not kill him and to keep the spirit inside of him.
Yeah.
And he was a real issue for them. Like he broke the fucking house down. They had to cover it up with cardboard. They was freezing. You know, there's a lot of depth and build up for this moment here. I guess is what I'm trying to say. A lot of the stuff they went through. So if you go to page 7, this is when the smoke yokai starts to go into his lungs, and he's like, "Yes, I am smoke. If you breathe me in, I can enter your lungs." And I couldn't help but start fucking snickering as I read this on the train, because that's exactly like what I feel like the weed be saying to me. Yes, I am smoke.
I am smoke.
And if you breathe me in, I'll be in your lungs, and you will be hot. And I'd be like, yeah, that's a good idea. That is a fact, and also a great idea. You know what I mean? But I'm just real proud of this Kiji.
Jiji.
Because Jiji, thanks. I mean, firing the evil gun into his chest, that was pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, that's pretty
launched. Sick. I mean, pulling up with the full 100% defense mode. I mean, I know we talked about Gang Beige earlier in the updates, but come on, that's a defense that rivals his. He rivals the Castle Fruit. All right, I don't got much more to say. Awesome fucking chapter. He beat the shit out of the smoke yokai, and he was wilding out on them too. And I didn't know how they was gonna figure this out, but dope.
Hell yeah.
I didn't expect to see a GG evolution.
GG for GG.
Yeah.
Brian.
GG for G.
Brian, what did you think?
This is a cool conclusion to this fight. The moment that really stuck with me was the end where like Evil Eye was kind of like, you know, got a serious moment to really show how much that moment affected him. Even though when he first arrived in the room, he was like laughing at Seiko and shit.
Yeah.
For getting her ass beat. The fact that in the end, that moment actually meant so much to him that he just pulled out all brakes and started beating this guy's ass. It was actually such a cool moment. because it like kind of keeps you on your toes. Like you really don't know what really affects this fucking guy. You know what I mean? And I didn't know just how deep the bond was between Jiji and Seiko. Because a lot of their practice was like off screen, right?
Yeah.
So it's good to see like how strong their bond is now and stuff like that. But the action this chapter was awesome. This whole fight was pretty sick. I really like the smoke guy. I hope he gets a redemption arc.
The nut puncher,
Yeah.
the nut knocker.
But aside from that, I don't have much else to say. This is a fun chapter.
Hell yeah. Well, in that case, that was Dandadan. And that has been our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for listening as per usual. You could find me at the Chris Aspinall on Twitter and Instagram. Josh is at JDCole_37 on Instagram, at New Jump City Josh on Twitter. Brian is at b.esp on Twitter and Instagram. Email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com for any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about, any feedback on the show. That would be nice to get some emails about that. We will do questions on our pre-show chat show that we do. We did one this week as well, where we answered some questions. So be sure to email us with anything. Let us know your thoughts on the series in the comment section of the YouTube video, or you could also email those to us, and maybe we'll read it on the show. We'll amplify some voices of the people who listen. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, anywhere you listen to podcasts, especially on the YouTube, because we are back fast and furious with video podcasting. Very excited to be back on that. And yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys. Stay safe, New Jump citizens. We'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Bye.